All right, in this video, I'll give you my thoughts about what is this? Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, and I'll give you my thoughts about Tyson Fury versus Oleg Usyk. Okay, I'll give you my thoughts and predictions, and feel free to let me know your thoughts and predictions as well. Okay, first one. Let's focus on Mike Tyson's versus Jake Paul. Now, maybe I'll put the timestamp so you can know when I'm going to speak of Jake Paul. Sorry, what is that? Fury versus Usyk. Okay, so the first one is Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Now, as you know, Mike Tyson is 57 years old. Jake Paul is 27 years old. Okay, so there is a exactly 30 years age gap between them. And, if you actually look at Mike Tyson's history, I mean, the guy is a decorated legend of the sport. He is one of those, as you lovingly call him, he's like the grandpa who was violent and vicious and dangerous, but today he's a very loving family man. And everyone, all age groups, they love him, they admire him, they adore him. He has a wealth of wisdom. If you see his podcast, he speaks from the heart. He has been through ups and downs. He has been the bad boy. Now he is the person who has learned from all his mistakes. And for him, what is important at this age, when he's going to be 60, is even though people say legacy and all that, I don't think he's so concerned about his legacy. Rather, he wants to be happy. He wants to be happy with his family. He wants to be happy with his kids, with his wife, and just ensure that they are taken care of, and he enjoys the remainder, the last years of his life. Now, does he need the money? He doesn't need the money, but he wouldn't mind making more money, which is why he's into the weed business. He's into appearing for all these appearances. He goes to Saudi, he appears there, he goes to MMA fights, he stars in as the person, as an attraction. He charges a hell lot of money. They say, I'm not too sure, anything in the range from $150,000 for a few minutes or hours to up to even $500,000. Okay, depending on what the brand signing is. Okay, so the guy is living off his legacy, which he has built, and the brand value that he has built over the years. He deserves each and every bit of respect, the money, the success that he's getting. Okay. Now, Jake Paul, on the other hand, is, even though he's hated, even though he's considered a troll, him and his brother, I'll make a separate video on them. They are super intelligent. You might think they are dumb fucks. They are not. They are very, extremely intelligent young men. There's so much to admire about them. There's so much to learn about them. Logan Paul is unbelievable. I've started to admire and appreciate what Logan Paul is doing, from being a troll to being on Vine to being an internet influencer on YouTube to making that big mistake in Japan to now having the celebrity boxing match to becoming a WWE superstar, which is unbelievable. If you see his matches, the athletic abilities that he has, the work on the mic, the promos, he is class apart. And yes, not to forget Prime Energy drink. I mean, it's everywhere. It's unbelievable. They are able to sign up with the UFC, even though Jake Paul and Dana White had this public scuffle. They're signed up deals where they're making millions. They're literally everywhere. They are competing with Gatorade, and even though it's so many false claims, but look at it. Children, youngsters are dying. They are ready to pay 10 times the price just for that energy drink. So Jake Paul is obviously his brother. He has a podcast and all that. So he is also working with Logan Paul to make sure that all these ventures are a success. And yes, he is fighting washed up boxers, people, washed up MMA fighters, people who have completed their primes. But end of the day, this gimmicky show that they have is getting, if not sell out pay-per-views, they're at least making money. Yes, he did lose to Fury, that youngest Tommy Fury. He lost to him. Fine. So now the question comes, which is the fight is happening, I think, on the 20th, July 20th, May 20th. When are they fighting? Okay, they're going to fight on July 20th. Okay, May, June, July, 2 more months. So what do I think? What do I think? My gut feeling is very simple. If you see I want you to check, it's a YouTube Shorts where they are doing a face-off. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. If you see the face-off, like I'll put the video. You can see it. Jake Paul is with the earring is coming face to face. Mike Tyson is standing there, and Jake Paul is trying to put on an act like a tough guy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And Mike Tyson, looking at him, he is like he laughs. He bursts out laughing, and he's, just very like a grandfather hitting his grandson. Just very childishly hitting him on the tummy and laughing about it. And Jake Paul is trying his level best to look serious and hey, but Mike Tyson just having fun. So for me, that very moment spoke volumes. It answered all my doubts. It is nothing but an exhibition fight, even though they say it's a professional fight, whereby Jake Paul clearly had a communication with Mike Tyson and told him, see, listen, I want to make this fight happen. I'm just telling you how I'm thinking. They said, we'll make this fight happen. What do you want? They would ask Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson would definitely say, I want the money. And he would have said, okay, you make fun of me, but don't involve my children, don't involve my wife, don't bring up my past that I was a rapist. Clearly, he would have drawn the lines and said, don't speak about all this. And he said, you want to put on a tough man and all that? Fine, I'm okay with that. I'll play along. But don't pressurize me. That is what he would have told Jake Paul. And Jake Paul would say, fine, whatever you say, I'll respect those boundaries, but I need to sell fights. I need to sell tickets. So I'll try to put on a bad guy facade. So he would have even communicated this. If I make a mistake, please don't, feel bad. Please don't lose your cool. We'll make things work out. I'll make sure that you're kept comfortable. So based on that, they would have agreed on these promo tours that they're going to sell the fight. On the day of the fight, see, Mike Tyson, if you see his training videos, man, he can knock the fuck out of anybody, any athlete, even a professional boxer. He is that good. He's a legend. His muscle memory is, it's not even funny. He's that good. Okay. Jake Paul, on the other hand, is a good athlete. Him and his brother, good athlete, but it's not to the extent whereby he can beat a legend like Mike Tyson. Knockout, no way. Impossible. Mike Tyson will move and, weave through and knock him the fuck out. But I'm pretty sure they've agreed between themselves. There'll be no knockout. We're not going to get there. Yes, maybe I'll give you a liver punch or whatever. Okay, technical knockout, but I'm not going to knock you out. And Jake Paul knows better than to piss off this guy, because if he gives him a knockout, he will be knocked out. And Jake Paul would never want to knock Mike Tyson out because, he's beloved. He's nearly going to be in his 60s. I mean, it'll be a furore if he does that. And I don't think it's possible. First is, I don't think it's possible. This is me being biased, you could say. I don't think Jake Paul can knock out Mike Tyson. Can he injure him? Yeah, maybe if he accidentally hits him on the rib and breaks off his rib or something. Technical knockout where he is injured, very slim chance. But more towards Mike Tyson winning through points. That's what I see it as. Second one is TKO. Knockout, even though he can do it, but I don't see he will push for it. Okay. Overall, what I feel is Mike Tyson is in that fight just to make money. He wants to make his money. He wants to live a good life. He wants to be famous. He wants to be known. Means just get his brand rolling and just be happy. He doesn't need the money. He has enough and more money. And he's just going to enjoy the journey. Jake Paul, on the other hand, has to make himself stay relevant has to be talked about, has to keep coming up with this creative ways and means to be in front of people. Okay, so that is Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.